That lightsaber was Luke's, and his father's before him, and now it calls to you.
It doesn't get much clearer than that.
Whoever you're waiting for on Jakku, they're never coming back. But there's someone who still could.
This hyperdrive blows are gonna be pieces of us in 3 different systems. What'd you do?
I bypassed the compressor.
And she has Anakin's tinkering skills.
Huh.
Not to mention that she's a natural pilot.
Flying.
Thanks.
How did you do that?
I don't know.
No
I've
one
run some
trained
ships, but I've never left the planet. Your last
That
ship
was
dead.
amazing.
Oh, you got it
You
with
set
one
me up
blast.
for it.
It
That was
perfect.
pretty.
I'm a pilot, you know, all my life.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just because the truth didn't jump right out at you in your face doesn't mean the truth is not there. A lot of people were lying and hiding truths in this movie.
So you're with the Resistance?
Obviously. Yes, I am. I'm with the Resistance, yeah. I am with the Resistance. Between us, I'm not with the Resistance, okay?
He was training a new generation of Jedi. One boy, an apprentice, turned against him and destroyed it all.
Ben!
One boy,
My son.
an apprentice, turned...
Rey Skywalker and the Millennium Falcon both being on Jakku 100% confirms Kylo as the family that traded Rey and the Falcon to Unkar for that new ship he flew off in.
Quiet, girl.
Kylo saying
That lightsaber. It belongs to me.
suggests it's possible Kylo stole it from Luke, but somehow Maz ended up with it, killing Luke's students and his wife, stealing his lightsaber and his daughter. Kylo gave Luke the worst day of his life. I'd like to see Luke get even. What do dads do when they send their sons off to school? A lot of times they give their son their old car, or in this case, Kylo came to the school in the Millennium Falcon, and he left in it. He took Rey with him, and that's how Rey and the Falcon ended up on Jakku, traded to Unkar Plutt for that spiffy new ship Kylo drove off in. It's likely, or at least possible, that Rey got the idea of the Millennium Falcon being garbage
That one's garbage.
because she'd heard Kylo bitching about it being garbage on the way to Jakku to trade it and her. Who's Duquesne? Who was the first thief of the Falcon? Duquesne is possibly a friend of Kylo's. It's shown in the movie that a co-pilot is required to operate the controls on the right side of the cockpit.
Get this ship.
Nima Outpost.
Jakku? That junkyard?
Thank you, junkyard.
Told you we should have double-checked the western reaches. Who had it? Duquesne?
I stole it from Unkar Plutt. He stole it from the Irving boys who stole it from Duquesne.
Who stole it from me? Told you we should have double-checked the western reaches.
Duquesne could be Kylo's co-pilot. As for the ones named in Rey's list of whose hands the Falcon passed through, Rey said that and not Han, and she heard it from Unkar. Unkar may have been lying. If Rey was bought by Unkar as a slave, and we see her in the movie free but still dependent on him, it's possible some New Republic or First Order authorities came along and said you can't have slaves, and that might explain why Unkar was resentful and cruel to her, because she represents a monetary loss. Rey is inarguably mind-wiped no matter who she is, and how in Star Wars does someone get mind-wiped except by the Force? Why doesn't Rey remember her past with Luke and her mother at the Jedi School? because Kylo messed with her mind. She resisted that at the base, but not long before that, he had succeeded in dominating her mind. That's how she ended up being captured in the first place. Just imagine how much he could have overpowered her when she was young. Han didn't know who Rey was when he first met her, but he figured it out. Rey is who he was really looking for, not the Falcon. Han has felt responsible for Kylo's evil deeds, especially for what Kylo did to Luke. Han has been searching for Rey, and he figured there'd be a good chance of finding her in the vicinity of wherever the Millennium Falcon ended up. When Maz asked Han who Rey is, the scene intentionally cut away. Han knows at that point, but we weren't meant to get the clear answer.
Who's the girl?
We got the answer subtly, though, when the next time we see Maz, Maz knows who Rey is.
Han told me.
You can see here Han looking like he feels responsible for what happened to Rey.
I didn't know there was this much green in the whole galaxy.
You might need this. I've been thinking about bringing on some more crew, Ray. A second mate, someone to help out, someone who can keep up with Chewie and me, appreciates the Falcon.
You're offering me a job. Luke Skywalker.
What girl?
I am your father.
I know.
I glean these clues through my insight because it's my skill. It's right up my alley. I have my own Star Wars in a way. Not exactly the same thing, but along the same lines. I'm a perfectionist. If you know anything about perfectionists, it's a big deal for me to say that there's nothing left to improve. I worked on this for years until there's nothing left to improve. If you know about perfectionists, that's a big deal. You can get the link on my channel, or it'll be in the video description. People who have read it have said it's pretty good. You've read worse, I promise. You can check it out here. Read little excerpts from it. For no charge. No charge for looking. Find some more of my pictures in here. Ah, there's one. They've got it here with high contrast, but it's not that highly contrasted in the physical book. More of an even monotone, or smooth monotone. Check it out anyway.